5:30 with Jude is brought to you in association with the New Zealand Woman's Weekly and tonight's special sponsor, Woolworths Supermarkets.
Hi there, thanks for joining us. Halfway through the week already and hurtling downhill to September. Where does it all go, I ask you? Hard to catch a breath sometimes, isn't it? Hopefully you can catch yours for half an hour or so while we mosey our way through Wednesday's edition of 5:30. Here's what we've got lined up for you tonight. Naturopath Susan Moorhart joins me shortly to talk about dealing with osteoporosis naturally. Graham Wilkinson whips up a brunch time treat.
You can get quite creative with these if you want. You can put a little bit of smoked salmon across the top of that. That makes them very, very special, or just a few fresh herbs.
Finding the right genes for you. Tracy Davis shows us how. And Simon goes bush in search of native trees for the garden.
There's no doubt about it. New Zealand native trees can be introduced into the suburban garden, providing you've got the space.
First though, it's time for part 3 of our home decorating series. Now you may remember a fortnight ago, Marcia left the store gorgeous blue wallpaper in hand. Now I know she's dying to get that stuff up on the wall. Let's see how she goes in the home handywoman stakes.
Okay, I'm ready to wallpaper. I've got all my tools and the most important thing, the wallpaper. So I am ready to go. Okay. Marie, let's wallpaper.
Not quite yet.
Oh.
You must prepare the wall surface first.
Okay, so preparing a wall. What's the first step?
Very dependent on what you've already got on your walls. It may be wallpaper, it may be a painted surface or new chipboard. But in your case, you had a fairly sound painted surface.
Oh, it's good to hear. I had a sound wall.
You did have a sound wall.
Okay. So first step.
What I've taken the liberty of doing for you is using Polycell's Polywash and wash the wall. This is
You've washed my walls.
I have indeed.
Now, do you have to use sugar soap?
Yes, it's the best product to use to guarantee that you get any grease and contaminants off your wall surface before we start. Okay, and now we take a look at the wall and see whether there are any imperfections, any holes or cracks or anything that we need to fill.
Okay, well, there's one or two of those ones. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
So what do we need for that?
We need to have something like Polycell's Polyfiller, a ready mixed product that's easy to use and easy to apply.
Okay. And do I
Have a
need
go?
I need one of these too.
Well, you'll need...
Okay, so if you do that, I'll do this.
Okay, you
So
smooth
it's
it,
already mixed.
I'll fill it.
Okay. How long would that take to dry, right?
That will take a few hours to dry, so we do leave it to dry and then we'll give that a sand before we go to the next step.
Okay, so what is the next step? It's all dry and ready to go.
Dried and sanded, we'll now apply a coat of pigmented sealer to the wall.
Oil-based sealer.
Pigmented
Okay.
sealer.
So why oil-based?
The oil-based pigmented sealer provides you with a good, hard, matte finish that also acts as a moisture barrier. We've got to allow overnight drying at least for that.
Okay.
And the next step, like you do after you painted any surface, we've got to sand it.
No, not paste. This is size.
What it does is it allows us to manoeuvre the wallpaper into position. It gives us some movement and it also stops the paste being sucked back into the wall.
So it's a really important thing to do is to size.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Well,
Well,
to do that,
okay. But do you want to hold the bucket? No,
I'll hold the bucket and always start from the bottom up.
Okay, so if you put it down there, so you
To deal
normally
with
start from the
drips.
bottom.
Yep.
Okay, so to deal with drips, and you just...
Not too bad, just deal
too
with
bad?
the drips and make sure that the coating is
Nice and even.
hot, yeah, and possibly up and down could be quite a good idea.
Remember, I am learning. Okay. Well, thanks, Marie, for giving me a hand. So all my walls are prepped, and the next project is to hang the wallpaper. So I'll see you then.
All that prep, Marcia, you'll get there. Catch them in a fortnight's time when they finally get to put the paper on the wall. Don't go away because Graham gets busy with bruschetta after the break.
We're just going to serve a nice dollop of sour cream over the top of those. Or you can actually put a little bit of creme fraiche on those as well, which is very, very nice.
And we tackle osteoporosis, the natural way. See you in a tick.